Can you guys hear me? Okay, welcome everyone. Sorry about that. Welcome everyone to the stream. I am Remix Plum, and I had to fix the microphone because the microphone was not. I didn't add the microphone to it. So, can you guys hear me okay? Is my volume level good, or do I need to raise it up? I think I'm gonna need to raise it up because I don't know. I'm speaking to the mic. That might be a little bit too loud for you guys. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am Remix Plum, and welcome everyone to the stream. And I hope you guys enjoyed the song for tonight's stream. And it just so happens, if you guys are wondering what is that song that was played, well, I tell you guys, it is a game that needs no introduction. It's a role-playing game that came out in 1995 in August, and it's going to be celebrating the 30th anniversary. And it's one of the best games ever in terms of the RPG. If you don't know what RPG is, well, you can look it up on YouTube if you want to do that. Let me go over here and see how my sound is. Hopefully, I gotta close Apple Music so I don't have a music playing. So let me do that. Okay, well, it's not on. Alright. Okay, yeah, my mic's way low. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. I'm hoping that the audio went really well on the stream that I did on yesterday with my friends Chris Kennedy and Luke Jeffers, who are gonna be in the chat room shortly. So hopefully everything turned out great, because if it didn't, I'm going to be so disappointed because one of the key things about doing a stream is you got to make sure that everything's in working order. If one fails just one time, then yeah, the whole thing can just blow up in your face. So now I got the microphone at like 64%. So maybe what I'll do next time is when I do a real podcast, or whatnot. I'm gonna make sure that everything is in working order and making sure that the mic, just right, so you guys can hear me loud and clear, because I am using the HyperX microphone, which is a really good mic. I do plan on getting a Shure MV6, which is a gaming microphone that is used for streaming, for podcasting, for Discord, for anything like that. Because Shure has been so legendary for the past 100 years, and they know how to make quality microphones. So I think I'll get that, because I really want something that I'm going to be able to sound good, and then you guys will be able to hear me loud and clear for whenever I do a live stream and sort of thing. So, anyway, yeah, so the game is called Chrono Trigger, if you guys didn't know. It is a role-playing game that came out in 1995, I believe in August, and it's a game that needs no introduction. It has some of the best storytelling in the game, some of the best character design, the best graphics, but I think the thing that stands out the most out of this is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is, I can easily say, it's the top of my list of the greatest video game soundtrack of all time, and it's one of the best. And the song you heard for the startup is from that video game Chrono Trigger, and it's a beautiful melody by Mitsuda. He's a icon and he's a legend. He did that game. He did Chrono Cross. He's a freelance. I think he's still doing music and whatnot. The game has not only him, but another guy who did Final Fantasy. His name is Nobuo Uematsu. He's the one that did the music to the game, and I gotta tell you, the soundtrack is amazing. It's a beautiful piece of soundtrack, and it still lives up still to this day, 30 years, and it's still an iconic piece of music. I definitely love it. So there you go on that. So again, hopefully, my audio came in loud and clear on the stream that I did. It was a fun stream with the guys. So hopefully it came out loud and clear. Because I'll be really devastated if it didn't came out exactly how I wanted. So again, my mic is at like 64%. So now you guys can probably hear me well. Hopefully I'm not clipping, because that's the last thing I need is for it to clip. Hello, Chrisford Gamer. Welcome to the stream. I am doing okay. Just cleaning the bathroom, and I'm gonna be cleaning out in the living room after I get done streaming and unwind for tonight and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm doing alright, and thank you for coming on to the stream and watching tonight. I don't know if Luke's gonna be joining in or not, but he'll probably be busy tonight, so I have to respect that, and hopefully he don't say things like, you gotta please understand, that this is more important than this and that. And, I hear that a lot of times, and I get that, because we're all busy men, Luke's birthday's coming up in about 13 days from now, and, yeah, so there's a lot of things that'll happen for me as well, in work. Because after we get through this week, then the next week is going to be more busy for me, especially with the big stuff that's happening at Whale 1. So I can't really discuss it, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be fun. So so there you go on that. So anyway, Chris, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for spending your time on this Sunday evening, June 15, 2025. And I hope you guys are staying safe and staying hydrated, because I think that we're going to have a taste of summer, and the heat and the humidity, it's really going to kill us in a way. But like I said, I got the fan, so I'm gonna take a cold shower if I have to, and then be in that fan and just have cool relief and whatnot, so that way I'm not scorching like a turkey or a pig. Yeah, there you go. I just did that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's stream, I've been wanting to do this stream ever since. I've been holding it off, and now I am doing it for you all tonight. And if you guys are ready, if you're ready, Chris Gamer, I'm not going to be able to look in the chat, so because I'm going to put this thing in full screen. So I'm going to put, well, actually, I don't know if I can put it in full screen. Alright, so let me go ahead and go over to Streamlabs, which I am using this to do the the stream for tonight. And let me go ahead and let's see. I want this. Okay. Now let me know if you guys can see this. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys didn't know, Game Informer is back in a big way, and what's great about Game Informer's website is every issue on here, every issue magazine of Game Informer is free to the public. I think it's going to be free. I hope you don't have to pay a subscription, because if you do, then I don't know what I'm going to do if it's going to require a subscription in the near future, because Game Informer came back after GameStop shut it down, and then Game Informer came back, and now it's back, and it's back in business after, like I said, 34 years, and I think next year is going to be 35, just like Sonic the Hedgehog. So that is going to be awesome. 35 years of Game Informer, and this is the magazine that I grew up with, and I read the magazine. I think I had a couple of issues, like magazine issues, the issue numbers, from the ones from like 1994 and 1995 era, and you'd be surprised that those books are available on the website. So there you go on that. So tonight we are going to relive the Game Informer magazine from the 90s, as you can see in the title. So we are going to go back and see why Game Informer was the magazine of choice when it came to video game news, previews, reviews, and all the latest stuff that you needed to know, because there was no internet back then. There was certainly no way to find out about a new game and everything, because there was simply no internet back then like we have today with the technology that we have today. But back then, there wasn't no internet, and there was no way of finding out the hottest new game that would be coming out for the 8 and 16-bit systems at the time, the NES, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, and then other powerful consoles that came about. So there's a lot of history with this whole Game Informer and for gaming. So, and I know that Chris has enjoyed this tonight, because he loves hearing everything that I have to talk about for video games, because gaming is my passion. I've been a big game player all my life, and I remember the one day, 1993, 1994, waking up, Christmas morning, everybody opening up presents, my sister and my grandmother, who I love to death, and she's an awesome human being, and I love her to death, and I miss her a lot. And it was one of the greatest times for that Christmas holiday season back then, when I got Tetris 2 for the NES, that came out in 93. And then I got like Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man, the Tengen version in the black cartridge, and it was just awesome. And then I had the Casio keyboard. That was really cool too. And I tell you, those memories are gonna last forever. And I wish you know what I probably should have done ever since growing up is like taking a camcorder and just relive the memories of the 90s and then share it with everybody, because those memories, I know that, once you can't get them back, and it's very unfortunate for me, but I will never forget the day that I opened up my Christmas present. And it was just, I love life and I love everything there is about, gaming and why I'm obsessed with gaming. I mean, I don't play as much as I used to, but I do play games in my free time whenever I'm not busy. But when I'm in a vacation, then yeah, I mean, I can game as much as I want. So that's a bit of a story for you all for tonight. Hope you enjoyed the story. And so without further ado, we're going to go ahead right now and take a look at the issues. So you guys ready? Are you guys ready in the chat room? You viewers, are you ready? Alright, so let's go ahead and let's go into issue number 1, the very first issue of Game Informer magazine. And there it is, folks. There is the very first issue, and it is Sonic the Hedgehog, which was the Sega Genesis game. And is there a way that I can make it full screen? There we go. So, yep, so there it is, guys. Game Informer magazine. This is the very first issue. And this was for Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. That came out on the Genesis on June 23rd, 1991. And that game is really awesome, and I love the music. And a lot of great memories of that game. Sizzling hot pre-release reviews including Decap Attack, Micro Machines, and NHL Hockey. The Game Genie controversy, that was something back in the day, because Nintendo did not like Delube with the Game Genie, and making a huge fuss over cheat codes and whatnot. But and all that stuff. Best bets to keep equipment clean, yeah, especially if there was a dirty, and stuff in the NES, and you have to give it a good cleaning and all that, and cleaning the cartridges, and to maintain the game and whatnot. So I think there was a lot of things you needed to do to make sure that your system was in near perfect shape, because otherwise it was just gonna ruin your gaming session for that day. Supersonic tips throughout the issue, and of course it was Funko, which was now it's GameStop, but it used to have been Funko. They're the ones that were a video game store that sold retro video games, NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, and all the great games that came out at the time. And it was the only place you could buy video games, and it's really awesome. And of course, they also made Game Informer magazine available, the very first issue. So I don't remember going into a Funko Land or whatnot, but I do know that it's GameStop what it is today. So there you go on that. So here's the company Funko, which is really cool. Here's the Illuminator, a Game Boy Light accessory. See your Game Boy in a whole new light, and obviously it's a officially Nintendo licensed product, so it has that seal of quality. So that's good, because the problem with the Game Boy is the green screen. The LCD screen was so hard to see when you were playing a Game Boy game, and it kind of made everybody upset. But it didn't matter about the Game Boy's success, selling 118 million, and it dominated the whole handheld market. Everybody tried to beat Nintendo with the Game Boy, but they all failed in that relationship. That is until when the iPhone came, and it really changed the way that we play games. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much that. So let's see. Let's flip the page. All this stuff. Oh yeah, there's the hot seat that Game Historian did a video of. I missed the Game Historian. Not making any more videos. It kind of sucks. But I will always enjoy his videos, especially the Tetris video that he did, and then the Oregon Trail, one of my favorite episodes. I miss Game Historian very, very much. NHL hockey, hot enough to melt the ice. So this is what, the Sega Genesis? Yeah, it looks like the Genesis version. So concept a 9, graphics and animation an 8, sound 6, 9 for playability, and 10 for entertainment value. And overall, they give it a 9 out of 10. For NHL hockey, 8 for the concept, 9 for the graphics, 9.5 out of 8 out of 10 for the playability. So so that's Wick who reviewed it, and Andy, the game dandy. And no matter what your problem, does your video game system have a problem with flashing, scrambled, or blank TV screens? My original cleaning kit's all the cure. Does your Game Boy or Link suffer from blank or scrambled screens? My cleaning kit is for portables, is the cure. And let me turn down the headphones so I don't have echo. Is your Nintendo controller malfunctioning? Are the on-screen figures not jumping, kicking, or punching? Is it difficult to change directions or shoot and fire correctly? My Fitzapad repair kit is the cure. And let's see what else. Tired of spending money to replace your Game Boys? Worn out batteries? My AC adapter for the Game Boy is the cure. And there you go on that. Let's see. Yep. So Labyrinth Zone and Act 3. Yeah, Labyrinth Zone is a pain in the butt, but I love the music. I love the song. I'm not a fan of water levels because it kind of slows the game down, and then you have to worry about not, the bubbles and everything, and then have that music just telling you, hey, you're gonna end up drowning. You gotta get the bubble, otherwise you're gonna drown. And that music starts kicking, and you get high blood pressure. It's like, oh my god, you gotta get it, you gotta get it, you gotta get it, and then oh my god, yeah. But that's not fun. But yeah, so Labyrinth Zone and Act 3. Yeah, I remember that. Let me go to the next page here. Can I go to the next page? No, I can't. I probably gotta zoom out first before I can do this. Now can I... what? Oh, that was it? Okay, let me go back. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, so there's Frontierland. Yeah, Sega Genesis, and there's Decap Attack. 7.1 out of... Okay, 7 and a 1/2. Okay, so it's by the reviews of that. Okay. Yeah, I think I played Decap Attack. I don't remember. NES Micro Machine. Oh boy, remember that game, folks? I mean, Tom Clancy had something to do with it by having that on the NES. It was an unlicensed game by Codemasters, which I've heard Codemasters is gonna be going out, sadly. But yeah, good old Micro Machines. $18,000 of that, huh? Wow. Okay, so there it is, and so I guess that's literally the book for the very first issue of Game Informer. And like I said, this was the very first issue, so there you go. Comerica Games introduces Micro Machines. This is the best and most innovative racing game for the NES. The guy from Nintendo World Champion, the champion of the 1990. Thor Ackland. Yep. I don't know about that. Maybe. I have no idea. I don't know about that. Alright, now I want to get out of full screen. So we're done with issue number 1 of Sonic the Hedgehog. And like I said, folks, all of this. Now, we're not going to go through all of the issues for tonight's stream. So I'm going to go over some. Because I don't want to be doing the stream for too long for tonight. But I hope you guys are enjoying the stream tonight. Because I'm certainly enjoying my time with you guys. I love what I do because, I really miss doing streams for you guys. I'm just work really hard in what I do. So anyway, here's the second issue of Game Informer magazine, and this is for the game Toe Jam and Earl for the Sega Genesis. Hot pre-release reviews just in time for Christmas. Neo Geo update, the Fawn Club tip line, and of course Toe Jam and Earl. So there you go on that. Stratton ATV Beast. This is a game by Namco. The game creator. I don't know what that game is. What it's about. No idea. Okay. Letters from the editor. Toe Jam and Earl. What's up? I don't know. What's down? I think John Baker composed the music to this game, and he would also compose the Sega Channel. If you guys don't know what the Sega Channel is, it was a thing that you pop into your Sega Genesis, Model 1 or 2, and you pop it in. Yeah, you just pop it in. And I think it had a AC adapter that you had to plug in on the cartridge itself, which kind of stupid in a way. But I never had one. I never had the service, but I did try it out in the late 90s. I thought it was a pretty cool revolution. And that's probably how we got games on demand today. Like Xbox Game Pass and the PlayStation and everything. So, hats off to Sega for making that. But anyway, it was a cartridge you put into the Sega Genesis, and then you plug it in with the AC adapter. Now, I think it came with a coaxial cable, so you can plug it into the cable. and this was through the cable company. So obviously in Central New York, it's Time Warner Cable back then in the day. Time Warner Cable. So you would get this from Time Warner Cable wherever you lived, but where I lived, there was Time Warner Cable. And then what you had to do is you call them and then say, hey, I want the Sega channel, and then you gotta pay every much a month. I think it was pretty expensive, for the service. Then what I know is there was a $25 fee, activation fee, to make the cartridge even function. Now, today you can't use it because it's been like 31 years ever since it was discontinued in 1998 on July 31st. So that's about a good 20 plus years that the service has been gone in a way. But yeah, so Sega Channel, it was something. It was a really piece of something, in video game history. That's something I want to talk about too, because I don't think a lot of people really know about the Sega Channel. And while it was really cool, but at the same time, I think it was really expensive for what it was. And it was a nice concept of being able to play a game that you wanted to play and not even buy a game. But I think buying a game means a lot, in terms of you want to, keep it as a physical media. Because we have that physical media problem, today, with ad spots and all that stuff. And Nintendo's with this key called garbage, which makes no sense and it's stupid. But yeah, I mean, it's just something. Anyway, so that's the Sega Channel. And maybe I'll talk about it on a new podcast that I'm gonna be bringing for you guys. So, like I said, be on the lookout. There'll be a follow-up video, and I'll let you guys know the name of the new show and when it's gonna premiere and when the very first episode is gonna take place. So, get ready, everybody. It is gonna be awesome. So, I can't wait to do it, and it is going to be awesome. So, yeah, so 7.5 from Ed, the video wizard. So he gave it a 7.5. Let's see, let me zoom in here. So 10 for concept, 9.5 for the graphics and animation, 10 for sound, 9 for the playability, and 10 for the entertainment. So the 10 for the sound, totally awesome sound with excellent jam sessions. I'll be watching it to come out on CD. Yeah, okay. Well, that's neat. 9.7 out of 10. That's from Marianne, the game master, and now Andy, the game dandy, 9.5. And yeah, that's cool. I have never played this game, but it looks cool. You gotta be hip. And EASN, the Electronic Arts Sports Network, yeah, ESPN sued them because of that, and they weren't supposed to use that. And so, well, actually, they didn't sue them. They just didn't like what EA did, so they had to change the name from EASN to what it's now known as today as EA Sports. EA Sports, it's in the game. Yeah, so we got games here, Jordan versus Bird 1-on-1 for the Game Boy. Hey folks, John Man here with my video game, John Man Football, for the Super Nintendo. And I'm also on the Sega Genesis. Go play my game. So, yeah, John Man Football for the Super Nintendo. PGA Tour Golf for the SNES. There's also one for the Genesis as well. Madden Football. That came out in like 91, 92. That was the first John Madden Football video game for the Genesis as well as Super Nintendo. PGA Tour Golf for the Genesis. The Lakers. NBA playoffs. And of course NHL hockey. Which is really cool. Let's see. Mertz Arcade Smash comes to the Sega Genesis. So 9.5 out of 10. And looks like an 8. Yeah, I don't remember this game. I don't think I do. I don't know. I'm having a hard time here. Let me zoom in. So this is the game on Sega Genesis. Okay, pretty cool. Oh. Alright, let me go back to full screen. Alright, let's go back. Let's go white. Super Bases Loaded for the Super Nintendo by Jalico. They go on that. Reality Check. Oh, this game. Oh man, this game by Absolute Entertainment. Oh, and I know this. I remember this because the guy that did the music for this game also did the music and actually did the game on the NES back in 1992. And he did the music, and he did the story, and he did the game as well. And that game doesn't get a lot of attention because nobody's even heard of this game because it came out in March 1992. It's a game that I'm going to probably be playing this Halloween because I'm going to save that for Halloween. Because that game is something else if you never heard of it. There's a lot of history of that game. But yeah, so Space Shuttle Project. This is a game by Absolute Entertainment. Yeah, absolute garbage. So thank you, Absolute. And so there it is, Space Shuttle Project for the NES. And it's by Absolute. Yeah, and yes, I remember the music as well. It's by that same guy that composed that game too. Let's see. So you think you played a space game before? Think again. When you're aboard Space Shuttle Project, you're seeing it like it is. An 8-bit achievement spectacular by Bill Conkle. Yeah, he's out of his mind. Because that's a guy that didn't think the NES. I mean, he wasn't really impressed with the NES when it came out. And then it quickly changed his mind, and yeah, the NES did, it kind of made us who we are as gamers today. So there you go on that. Neo Geo, The Shape of Things to Come. Now this thing was a lot of money back then in the early 90s. I don't know if you remember this, Chris Fair Gamer, but yeah. I believe the console was like $600 or $700, and then the cartridges were like $200 to $250 per game. I mean, that was just bad. Why would you want to pay that much? Now, obviously today, we got games that are $70 and now $80, which is ridiculous. $80 for a game, thanks to the tariffs. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I can say at that. I mean, wow. Yeah, $200 and $250 for a game. Yeah, okay. I'm definitely going to need a lot of paycheck to get not only the Neo Geo, but also a way to play the games, because those darn things are expensive. How the heck am I going to afford that? How the heck am I going to afford that crap? I have no idea. Well, like I said, this was back in the 90s, and I never had a Neo Geo because I had, like I said, NES, Super Nintendo, and Genesis back in the day. Never had the Neo Geo, and it was way too expensive. Boy, if I tried telling it to my mother today, she'd be flipping out like nobody's business. Are you kidding me? Quad challenge Matrix ATV style. 4.5 out of 10. Ouch, that's not good. Oh wait, was that by Namco that made that game? Yeah, it's probably a game by Namco. Yikes! What was Namco thinking? What were they thinking? Super Jeopardy. Super Jeopardy. I hope I didn't repeat though. But yeah, it's Super Jeopardy on the NES. A game that is 4 players. My head hurts. Gotta take a sip. Because my throat's getting dry. Yeah, so this game, oh boy. Yeah. This game is really hard. If you thought the Jeopardy 25th anniversary edition on the NES is tough, tough questions, try playing this and see how far you go before you end up not winning the game. So an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, Fun Club. Super Mario Bros. 3. One of my favorite games ever made. I love that game. On level 1-3, be Raccoon Mario or Luigi and become invisible. Duck at the white square. Oh yeah, I remember this. At the plants for 5 seconds and you will fall through one as fast as possible by holding the B button so you can fly when you reach Toad's house. When you get there, push A rapidly while he's talking. When he stops talking, continue to push A so that you can fly to the top of the screen. Fly back and forth until you run out. When you open the box, your entire storage should be filled with P-Wings. Now that I didn't know. I did not know that. But I do know the secret of getting that whistle in 1-3, so I remember that quite well. Chrysalis, the game by SNK, which that game doesn't get a lot of love because it's a really cool game. I played it. It's like Zelda in a way. It's a Zelda clone, and it's a really good game. It has good music and everything. So yeah, if you haven't seen Chrysalis, check it out. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. Yeah, and I used to have that game too. Here is an easy way to defeat the cyborg creation in stage 6, and this is Target Earth. Okay, and here's a game twist that you're gonna love. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. So round 1, when fighting Mike Tyson, dodge every 6 seconds. When he uppercuts, he will gradually slow down and you can take control. Also, when he blinks his eyes 3 times, punch him in the face, you'll get a stall that you can use right away. So there you go for that game. Tetris, the NES Nintendo Tetris, the Nintendo version. When you turn the game on, wait for the demo. When a computer, oh yeah, I remember this too. When the computer gets Tetris, push start while the screen is still flashing. Select the game type and level as normal. When the game starts, the screen should be flashing. Put the piece down and instant Tetris. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. That was really cool. That was a really cool little secret. That was really cool. Low G Men, which I think is a game by Tatson. Okay. Shadow Dancer. Oh, I don't remember that one. Well, maybe I do. I have no idea. Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. That game needs no introduction. At the beginning of Forest of Illusion 4, a cloud hangs overhead that contains 3 men. Grab it, complete the level, and then go back. This time, to get the 3 men, press start and then select to end up on the map screen. Repeat this as many times as you wish. Yeah, that's an easy way to get 99 lives, which is really cool. That's a cool secret. Ultima Exodus players. I don't know anything about Ultima. I'm not an expert on that, so I'm sorry about that. I really don't. Okay. Altered Beast. Now that game I remember. I remember Altered Beast. In Altered Beast for the Genesis, you'll be able to select any animal on any stage by holding down buttons A, B, and C while holding down the lower left side of the D button. Wait, what? Okay. Snake Rattle and Roll. I remember that game. That was a game by Whale that came out in 89, I think. 88, 89. To walk from level 1 to level 8, zoom down to the end, jump to avoid obstacles, but don't zig or zag. If you make it at 96 seconds or more, jump on the rocket that appears. Okay. That's good to know for that game. Crack Shot, an 8. What does it say? Oh my god. 8.5 out of 10. Okay. Just reading this. Okay, 8.5 for the concept, 9 for animation and graphics, 9 for the sound. 7 for playability. 8.5 for the entertainment value, so overall an 8.5. Okay. Yeah, sounds neat. 7.5 and 7.5. Okie dokie, alright. Trap Meet by Interplay. Okay. An 8.5 out of 10. What file? Alright, what is this game? Oh, it's a game by Hudson Soft? Bear Lambo's Combat Basketball. Oh yeah, by Hudson Soft. Huh. No personal fouls and plenty of excitement of highlight this bone-crushing futuristic basketball title. Dodge missiles, saw blades, and more as you pound your way. The most intense contact sport ever created. Yep, so this game is by Hudson Soft. I remember this logo, this Hudson Soft. And this is for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I remember Hudson Soft. And there was Micro Machines once again. Okay, so that's issue number 2, Toe Jam and O. And here is the 3rd issue of Game Informer magazine. which is the game Lemons. What's new? The 1992 Consumer Electronics Show, GI's Tech Talk, and new game reviews, Faceball, Shadowhand, and All PM Racing. So, Christopher Gamer, you enjoying this stream tonight? Let me know what you think. Alright. What the? Oh, Rolling Thunder. Okay. Yeah, Rolling Thunder 2 from Namco. The game kind of reminds me of Codename Viper that I played on the NES. That one's by Capcom. But yeah, I remember Codename Viper. It's a good game. It's tough, but it's a good game. Faceball is a really cool game. I played the Super Nintendo version of that, and I think it was by Bulletproof Software, BPS, who did the Tetris game for the Game Boy. But yeah, Faceball is a lot of fun. I remember that game. Never played the Game Boy version, but I heard it's neat. Now, you want to see something really odd? During the Game Boy's life cycle, when the Game Boy came out, look at this. GameTech's InfoGenius system let your fingers do the walking. So, if you wanted to be able to do productivity on a Game Boy, and you want to be able to, not play a game, but, like type and, find the cities and whatnot, well, look at this. These are the InfoGenius Game Boy packs that came out. I think all these were by GameTech, where you, French, Spanish, spell checker, the travel guide, and your personal organizer. So if you didn't have a PDA or you didn't have any of the cool tech and whatnot, and you only had a Game Boy, well, there you go. They released 5 of these, and like I said, these are not games per se. It's not a video game. They're more like a software tool for the Game Boy than just a a game that you would stick into the Game Boy. Like, oh, you need a calculator? Well, you can now do it on the Game Boy. You want to write a note? Well, you can do that too with the software. Pretty bizarre, if you ask me. But yeah, I mean, that's the InfoGenius spell checker. So there's the games here. Pretty neat. So 8 out of 10 for Art Alive, 7.5 for Asteroids, 9 for Faceball 2000, 6.5 for Galaxy Force 2, Jewel Master 7.25, Joe Montana 2 8.25, John Madden 92 8.5, Lemons by Sunsoft 9 out of 10, Mr. Command 7.75, Project Space Shuttle 7.5. That game's garbage. All PM Racing 6 out of 10. Shadowhand 8 out of 10 by Jalico. Winter Challenge 7, Turrican 7, and Wonder Boy 7 out of 10. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, moving on, and those Lemons 8.75, 10 out of 10. Wow, that's good. And there's the game Space Shuttle Project by Absolute. John Madden 92 for the Genesis. Joe Montana 2, 7.5. The CES Super Battle Tank. Yep. Go for Gold, Racing Competition, Tense Action, Challenge and Adventure, and Just Great Fun are available in America's Gold Series games, set new standards in gameplay. The Nintendo World Champion Thor Ackland. Micro Machines, Fantastic Adventures of Disney, The Ultimate Stuntman, and Big Nose the Caveman. Yeah, I don't think so. Acclaim Entertainment. Yeah, that's a company I have not heard. I have not even heard of still. Well, I mean, I did. Due to the warning in the Genesis System Manual, states that this procedure may damage your system. We cannot recommend this for the best solution. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Rumor has it that there's a new Mario game coming on the scene for you die-hard Nintendo fans. We heard whisperings that Super Mario 4 for the original NES will be coming out sometime in '92. Yeah, I really wish that happened, but nope. Nintendo joins the race for the CD-ROM technology. Yeah, well, they didn't do that, unfortunately. Because they went with Philips to make the games for the CDI, and look what happened to them. Accolade Ballistic takes on Sega. Yeah, I remember this one too. Boy, my throat is so dry. Probably because I've been talking too much. I have no idea. That's for Sega of America facing off against Accolade in a trademark infringement suit. Accolade has answered the suit by filing one of their own. All began with Accolade, a leading developer and marketer of entertainment software for Nintendo, NEC, and IBM, Macintosh, and Amiga computers. Found a way to develop and manufacture Genesis-compatible software without the assistance of Sega. Sega related by modifying the Genesis system slightly with an automatic message that states that all compatible game cartridges are produced by or under license from Sega Enterprises. I remember that thing that when you boot up a Sega Genesis game, you would see that produced by or under license from Sega Enterprises. That I remember back in the day. I definitely remember that. Yep, so it was a back and forth dispute between Accolade and Sega, because Accolade was making games on the Genesis, and then they didn't go for Sega and all this stuff. It's kind of like how Tengen did this back in the day, and then Color Dreams, and I mean, Color Dreams didn't get caught, but Tengen did, and then Tengen had to cease production of the games, and then make it available for other competitors' game console, and that I remember a lot. Alan Miller, the chairman and CEO of Accolade, argues the ballistic carts are non-violation of any property rights of Sega or its third-party licensees. Accolade would continue to develop, manufacture, and sell its products to the tradition of American independence and free enterprise. Mailer concluded, Sega could not be reached for comment, which was kind of the thing back in the day, because you know how Sega was, and yeah, it didn't go well for them, now did they? Especially Accolade. Shattered Hand for the NES, 7.5, 10, and a 9. Or 6. It's probably a 6. Here's Faceball for the Game Boy. Faceball 2000. I've not played that on the Game Boy. But it is by BPS. Bulletproof Software. Really neat. A 9 out of 10. Yeah, I remember the Super Nintendo version of this game. It's fun. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a fun game. I really like the Faceball 2000. Alright, let me zoom out. Jura Master. Yep, 6.5. That's not good. 8.25 and 6.5. Yeah, so some good and some bad. With Jura Master. And there's the Super Nintendo. And of course, F-Zero, Pilot Wings. You gotta love that. What is this? Radical Cycle Machine Racing. 6.25. Yeah. Oh, this is RPM Racing. Wonder Boy and Monster World. 5.5 out of 10. Yikes. That's not good. I didn't think it was that bad. Huh. Five out of 10 for the concept. 6 out of 10 for graphics and animation. 5 out of 10 for sound. That's not good. 5 out of 10 for playability. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, Wonder Boy. I remember that game. Yeah, there's the Game Boy. Alright. Gauntlet 2, Days of Thunder. Paperboy 2, Clats. And Marble Madness. On the Game Boy. And there was Asteroids. Good old Asteroids. For the original Game Boy. I've not played it. I played Centipede on the Game Boy. It was really cool. Although there was a lot of slowdown in that game. Kind of made it too easy. Because with all the slowdown. And that was not fun. the chess master. Edutainment games, prime examples that learning really can be fun. Yep, I agree with that. Game Tech's Fisher Price series. Fisher Price is a name synonymous with kids and kids' toys. Game Tech brings that name to the video game world. I can remember is a popular recall and recognition game based on the classic board game. So it's memory. If you guys have played memory, where you have to memorize where everything is, and you get the match. That's how you win. So that's that. Perfect Fit is a title for Straighten's Hand-Eye Coordination. Firehouse Rescue is just the newest in the Fisher Price lineup. Firehouse Rescue is perfect for the little firefighter in your family. They control brightly colored fire trucks through street mazes to the scene of the fire, where they rescue the little people. The whole time they'll be learning recognition. Time that they will be learning recognition similarities and differences while increasing memory and coordination. Parker Brothers proves that most popular board game in history can be a smash success as a video game. Monopoly was introduced for the Nintendo system in the summer of '91 to compete with a top hat and part place. It would be available for the Game Boy in 1992 and in early '92. It joined the likes of other board games like Trivial Pursuit, Pictionary, and Win, Lose, or Draw. In a recent surge of carryovers that are perfect for evening or play with family or friends. Yeah, Pictionary is a great game. I actually like that game by LGN. I know, funny enough, right? By Software Creations. And the thing I like about Pictionary is the amazing soundtrack, especially the title theme being one of the best title theme music of any video game, period. PC hits Go Video. Just as Lemons hopes to successfully make the crossover, so does Konami's newest Nintendo offering, Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. The title was so popular on the IBM and Amiga PCs that it even earned its own television show as a recruit for the television show. As a recruit for the Acme Detective Agency, it's your job to track down Carmen Sandiego and her criminal cohorts across the globe in order to recover the historical treasures they have a habit of making off with. This cult will take you through time and space, teaching history and geography along the way. It comes with its own encyclopedia. Yeah, I remember the TV show that I remember was on PBS, and of course Wacapella with the awesome Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego song, which I used to have on CD. I don't have it on CD anymore, but I used to have it on CD. And yeah, I mean, I miss it. But yeah, I used to own the CD. Yeah, there were good times. And I accidentally did this for no apparent reason. But yeah, so I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Hopefully you, Chris Fit Gamer, I hope you're enjoying this tonight as well. Because I'm having a lot of fun going over Game Informer. And if you really like this, everybody, I will probably do another stream. Go over a little bit more of Game Informer back in the day in the 90s. Because you know, gaming is my passion. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Alright. Yeah, so Chess Master. Okay. I'm just making sure that you guys can hear me, because I don't know what's going on and everything, so I want to make sure that I am nice and clear for you guys as I'm doing this for you all here on Twitch, on Plum Television. Chess Master, another favorite PC title, has also found its way across the formats. High-tech expressions first brought Chess Master to the Nintendo and the Game Boy, where it became the best-selling chess cart. Now, Mindscape brings Chess Masters more than 150,000 opening, 16 levels of play and challenge to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Oh yeah, and then there's the games too. So Luke, if you're seeing this, there you go. Sesame Street games by High Tech Expressions. Bird's Hide and Speak, more like Bonnie Go Find Go Seek. Sesame Street Countdown, with the count, and ABC and 1, 2, 3, which that one was done by developed by Will, when it has really good music too by David Wise, who did the music to that game and did music to other popular Will games. So there you go on that. Really cool. What is that? Okay, yeah, there's Will in Time is Carmen Sandiego for the NES by Konami. Tetris has been a long favorite among adult games. Yep, that's true. The ancient Eastern game of Ishido, The Way of the Stones, from Accolade, blends Wheel of Four classic board maneuvering for hours of thought-provoking play. Get it for the Game Boy or Genesis system. Okay, pretty neat. I'll have to check that out. I would definitely have to check it out. The sky's the limit with Art Alive. Yeah, I remember this. This was a pretty cool drawing software for the Genesis. It's not really a video game, but yeah, it was really cool. I like like I said, Mario Paint was awesome back in the day on the Super Nintendo. Then obviously Wacky World Creative Studio, which is a really cool game for the Genesis. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, Art Alive is pretty cool too, but trying to make all of that with a Genesis controller is not the best way if you want to draw and everything. It's not really the best way. I'm sorry to say. I don't think it's the best way to play it with a Genesis controller. Probably the mouse would be much better. Because trying to do it on a Sega Genesis controller, it's just no, I don't think so. Concept 7 out of 10. Okay. Graphics and animation 6 out of 10. Yeah. 8 out of 10 for the sound. Alright. 7.5 out of 10. They didn't even mention the music too. I don't know what's up with that. Wonder if this cult couldn't be considered educational game. Neat. 7 out of 10 for entertainment value. This is by Marion, the Game Master. Complete a mission at the space station. Get your crew loaded before time runs out. Yep. So add the video wizard. 9 out of 10. Despite the fact there's no shooting, no bad guys, no pretty girls to save. Yeah, funny. 9 in the graphics and animation. 8 out of 10 for the sound. 8 out of 10 for the playability. 8 for the entertainment value. And 8.5 overall. 7 for the concept, 8.5 for the graphics and animation, 5 out of 10 for sound. That's not good. So 6.75 out of 10. Yeah, okay. But yeah, Scott Marshall is the guy that composed the game for that space shuttle game, as well as the other game that he did. Alright, Fun Club. There's Air Diver, Bill Elliott's NASCAR Challenge, Dragon Warrior 2, Strider for the Genesis, Spy Hunter, Twin Cobra, Final Fight for the SNES, Bases Loaded, Super Mario World, Zelda 2, Adventure of Link, Super Mario Bros. 3, Lakers and Celtics for the Genesis, and Kid Icarus for the NES. Yeah, Dragon Warrior 2. I only had the first one. Super Mario World. Yep, I remember that. Zelda 2. Yeah, Zelda 2, Adventure of Link. That final boss is a pain. That's a pain right in the frame. Kid Icarus. Super Mario Bros. 3, one of my favorite games ever. And level 3-9, pick up the Trooper and one over and place it between the two cannons. Wait until your time is up and you receive nearly 99 extra lives. Does that even work? I have no idea. I mean, it might work. You never know. Side Pocket, Double Dragon 3, which is terrible. The Simpsons, Bolt vs. the Space Mutants, Hunt for Red October, Adventure Island 2, Final Fantasy, John Madden 92, Armored Palmer, Tournament Golf, Sonic the Hedgehog, Gradius, and the other one. Yeah, so Adventure Island 2 plus left, right, left, A, B at the title screen, and you discover a word select. Yep. I think I knew about that code until then. Final Fantasy, the 1990 game. John Madden 92 for the Genesis. Arnold Palmer Tournament Golf. Sonic the Hedgehog. Gradius. Pause the game, then push up, down, left, right, BA, start. Or select, rather. But yeah, that's the famous Konami code. Up, down, left, right. And you wonder what superpowers you're gonna get by entering that code. Who knows? Come on. And there's Missile Command. TED Talk. I don't even know where everybody is in the chat room. It's you against them and Missile Command. Yep, by Accolade. So 8 across the board. 8 for concept, 8 for graphics and animation, 8 for sound, 8 for playability, and 8 for entertainment value. Eight for concept, 8 for graphics, animation, 7 for the sound, 7 for playability, and 8 for the entertainment value. Yeah, everybody likes Missile Command. Alright, TED Talk. Let me zoom in. And there's the Game Genie for the Sega Genesis. Yep, Game Genie for the Genesis. The ASCII pad for the Super Nintendo. The Loop Toys all out to grant wishes for Sega's devotee. They unveiled a Game Genie for the Sega Genesis system. Yeah, and like I said, unlike the Nintendo versions, the NES, the Game Boy, and Super Nintendo versions of Game Genie, Sega actually gave them an official seal of quality, which you don't find on the Nintendo version, because Nintendo did not like it. They were upset about that. They did not like that at all. Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, Monkey Island 2. The Power Clutch for the Genesis, the arcade stick. I'm going to say this, my favorite arcade stick for the home game console is the NES, what was it called? Ah, crap, I forgot. Oh, the NES Advantage. NES Advantage for the NES. That's one of my all-time favorite gaming accessories ever made for the NES. I just love it. That slow-mo feature. I mean, yeah, it might be underrated, but it was a really cool feature at the time. Great Winter Challenge. Best bet for breaking those winter blues. Turrican, the armored alley that fits in your back pocket. Super All-Type for the Super Nintendo. And I am at now in 29 minutes. And yeah, Super All-Type for the Super Nintendo by Iwam. I have got to play All-Type and Super All-Type because I like Gradius. Gradius 1 on the NES, Gradius 3 on the Super Nintendo. Those are good games. They're hard, but they're really good. Even Life Force. Life Force is one of my favorite NES space shooters by Konami, and it has great music too. I love the music in it. It's Botmania for the NES and Game Boy. So it's those games. And there's Shadow Hand for the NES. I used to have that. And there's Tengen. Tengen. Yeah, Paperboy. RBI Baseball 3. One of the worst games ever made, Pit Fighter. Pit Fighter is garbage. RBI Baseball 3 is on the Genesis. I think it was on the NES too. But showing the Genesis version. But yeah, Pit Fighter is terrible. The one on Super Nintendo is god awful. It is garbage. I hate that game. Don't get me started on Pit Fighter. That game is awful. Alright, so the last we're going to show for you all tonight, and then I'm going to end the stream for you all tonight. This is the 4th issue of Game Informer, and there is Super Adventure Island that is on the Super Nintendo, and this game is really cool. The graphics are really good. The music is so good. It's phenomenal. It's by the same composer who did Streets of Rage music for the Genesis. Yeah, Super Adventure Island's a really good game on the NES. Okay. By Asmic Corporation of America. Great graphics and sound effects. The game would definitely appeal to all types of gamers. The variety of stages, background, and enemies was impressive, and as was the game music. Okay. Brought back fond memories of Metroid from Game Pro. Well, that's pretty neat. By Asma Corporation. That's pretty neat. And that's for Super Nintendo. I can't pronounce the name of it, but it's pretty cool. This Baseball 2000. And yeah, okay, whatever. Wampart. Wacky Races by Atlas. Yeah, the cartoon, obviously. I think there was a cartoon named Wacky Races. Ultimate Stuntman. TMNT 3, The Manhattan Project. 7.25. Okay. Fun Club. Asnets for the NES. Batman 2, Return of the Joker for the NES. There's some codes. Baba Baba for the NES. One of my favorite games ever made. I love Baba Baba. It's one of my all-time favorites. Tiny Toon Adventures on the NES. That is a solid Super Mario 3 clone from Konami. Really fun game. I love it. Willow on the NES. Pretty good game. I had that game. It's pretty good. Metal Gear for the NES. An okay game, but it's not the best game. F-Zero for the SNES. Super Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo. Darius Twin for the Super Nintendo. Earth Defense Force. So all of these are Super Nintendo games except for the two. Okay, so Baba Baba on the NES. So this is a game that I love playing. This is one of my favorite games on the NES. I love this game. This tip will help players that have been unable to make it to Super Baba Baba. If you enter in the code BBAJI, it will start you on level 1 of Super Baba Baba. In order to reach this area by actually finishing the whole game, there are 2 important screens that must be completed correctly. First, on level 99, you must get the crystal from the center right of the screen and get into the doorway center before it disappears. Center left. After you've taken the crystal, later in the game, let me move the hand so I can read it. When you meet the single monster, you must get the lightning bolt from the top of the screen in order to kill it. As the lightning bolts strike him, the monster's hit points decrease. When those points hit 0, he is enclosed in a bubble which must be hit in order to kill him. You must have 2 players active at the time the bubble is burst in order to, active at the time the bubble is burst in order to get the good ending and see the built-in graphics for winning the game. If only one player can match the monster's moves, make sure the player has extra life left to give to the other player when the bubble appears. As soon as the monster is enclosed, the first player controller needs to hit the start, select, and then start. This will bring the lifeless player back to life, immediately burst the bubble, and the story graphics will appear. Congratulations. Yes, I do remember this quite fondly because I have beaten this game so many times. This is a game that I can sit there and play again and again and again because it's a timeless classic. It's a game that you just want to enjoy the heck out of the game and want to continue to play because this game has a really high replayability in my opinion because this is a game that you cannot stop playing. This is a game that is a lot of fun to play, 36, 37 years later, and it's still a great port of a 1986 arcade port that came out by Tato. And I was talking to Chris about this last night during our phone call, telling him about Baba Baba turning 40 next year. And it's just so awesome, to even talk about it because that game is something truly that I remember, love, and I enjoy playing the heck out of it. It's a fun game, and I think Baba Baba is one of my absolute favorite NES games of all time. A lot of memories I have with the game. It's just an instant classic. I just love that game so much. I can just sit here and tell you how good it is because it is. It's an awesome game. So anyway, that's that. Tiny Toon Adventures. Finish any stage 1 through 4 with carrots of an odd multiple of 11, like 55 or 77. A spaceship will appear on the main map inside battle Darth Vader by hitting him on the head 3 times while avoiding his shots. He'll leave behind an Acme Halt with 3 1-ups. Okay, yeah. Alright. Metal Gear on the NES. Willow on the NES. So if you enter in that code, you get to experience level 3 with all the swords and all the shields. Okay. Yeah, Willow's a really cool game on the NES. It's great. So there's F-Zero. Really tough game, but I will say the music in F-Zero is fantastic. Love the music in that game. Super Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo. There's Earth Defense Force, which is a really cool space shooter from Jaleco. Joe and Mac, another good Super Nintendo game, although I like the second one better, but the first one's good. Darius Twin, which is a good space shooter. Yep, good times. Nemesis for the Game Boy, Final Fantasy Legend 2. Super Mario Land, one of my favorite games on the Game Boy. I love that game. Super Mario Land 2 is easily one of the greatest games of all time. I was telling Chris about that too. Told him about that and why I think when I was going over the Game Boy and whatnot. Because Super Mario Land 2 is one of the best games I've ever played, and I love that game, and it's a masterpiece. It's a phenomenal game on the Game Boy. It's taken Mario, the whole Mario adventure on a portable handheld system, and that was freaking cool. It was really awesome. I just really can't imagine how good that game is. It's just phenomenal. Pit Fighter, that game is awful. We won't talk about that game. That game's so awful. Tommy Lasorda baseball. Joe Montana sports talk football. John Madden 92. Hey folks, John Madden here. Madden 92 for the Genesis. Spider-Man for the Genesis and Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay. Let me go ahead and give a zoom in. So Nemesis to get instant weapons. Press start to pause the game, then press up, down, left, right, BA, and then unpause the game and blast away. That sounds easy enough. Alright, Super Mario Land. This is an awesome game. If you guys have not played Super Mario Land, what are you doing? Really, play the game. It's awesome. There are many places in the game where you come across small crevices. You must go through, but they are seemingly only big enough for small Mario. This is a problem when you're Super Mario. Well, you can go under even when you're big. Get right next to the crevice, press down to crouch, and to go right or left depending on the direction you are headed. Hold down right and repeatedly press down until Mario's head is completely covering the first block. Then while holding down the down and right buttons, repeatedly press A or jump button until you reach the other side. This tip is especially helpful in World 1-2 when you want to get to the large stash of coins covered by the pyramid of blocks. I think that was 1-3. So that's a typo. World 1-3 has the coins at the bottom in the pyramid. So 1-3, not 1-2. Pit Fighter, yeah, that game's garbage. Tommy Lasorda baseball. That's funny. John Madden 92. Spider-Man, Turrican. Sonic the Hedgehog. Up and C, down and C, left and C, right and C. Okay. Neat. Don't know if that works, but okay. And that's it of that. Alright, well. Anyway, guys, I think that is going to do it here for tonight. Here on Plum Television. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream for tonight. If you enjoy this stream, do me a favor, hit the follow heart button, and that way you'll be notified when I go live here on Twitch for a game that I'm streaming or something like this that I do. And I will try to stream for you all next week, but I can't guarantee you that because I am so busy with everything. And life is just getting ahead of me way too fast, and so I just gotta really take it easy and all that stuff. So things are not working out, but like I said, I'm happy to be here tonight for you guys for the stream, going over the Game Informer magazines. I'm happy that Game Informer is back, and if you want to check out these magazines, then please do so. Create a account with Game Informer, and you'll be able to read pretty much every issue of Game Informer magazine, including the stuff from the 90s. So we're going to do another stream of this for you all sometime soon, so stay tuned for that. I do want to stream a game on Xbox that I want to do for you all as well. because I know I was supposed to do Bluey the video game, but I just couldn't find the time to do it, and I just wanted to take the day off from streaming, so making excuses. And also, I bought 2 new games on Xbox via this Bang Awards rewards thing. So I got Forza Horizon 5 Deluxe Edition, and I got the Solitaire game, both on Xbox. So there you go on that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support, and thank you for everything for Women's Plum Television. I know that the channel's been super quiet and everything because, again, I haven't really streamed all that much, so you have to understand that, my friends, because I love streaming and I love interacting with you all in the chat room, but like I said, there's just so many things that I am doing and whatnot, especially with Whale 1 and being super hard at work, and I don't necessarily get, find the time to really do this, so I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, I love you guys so much. You guys make it happen. For you guys to enjoy the stream each and every time that I do this. You guys are truly awesome, and it means a lot to me. And you guys are the best, and I can't thank you enough for tuning in and watching the stream. So there you guys go. So like I said, you can follow me on Blue Sky. I am on Blue Sky if you want to check me out. I'm on there too, and I'm also on X, which I don't use that much often. Check out my blog, Site123, WeMetPlum.site123.me. I'm on Tumblr, so I'm all over the place, guys. You can find me real easy, if I know you. So there you go on that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it here for tonight. Like I said, remember, hit the follow button and be notified when the stream goes live, whenever I go live here on the channel, so you don't miss anything and you don't miss the stream. And I want to thank Chris Fick. I can't talk tonight. I'm stumbling. I want to thank Chris Fick Gamer for coming on in the chat room. And like I said, folks, check out his Christianity Plays His Hits, going on 5 years. And check it out. Listen to it on Spotify, YouTube, and I believe on Apple Music, because Apple Music, it sounds really better on Apple Music, so give it a listen. And if you want to buy the album, you can do so as well on iTunes. Give it a buy, because it will help my friend out dramatically, so do that if you can. And also check out my music as well on SoundCloud. I have a song called Remix Consents, and check out my music and whatnot. Ballad Rhapsody, one of my favorite songs I've ever did, and hopefully I'll get back into that as well, so there you go on that. But that's going to do it here, everybody, for tonight. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and this has been a lot of fun. And yeah, guys, so I'm going to end it right here for you all tonight. So thank you guys for tuning in. I am Remix Plum for Remix Plum Television on Twitch. I'm going to say to you all, have a good night. Stay safe. Stay hydrated for the summer that's coming. That's fastly approaching, and all that great stuff. So anyway, guys, take care. Have a great night, and thank you very much for watching tonight's stream here on Remix Plum Television on Twitch. Bye for now, guys, and I'll see you all in the next stream. So stay tuned for that. Alright, guys, have a great night, and I'll talk to you again later on. Goodbye, my friends, and have a good night.